December 25th, Christmas 2024. The Mavericks were playing a game against the Timberwolves. Everything was going great until this moment in the second quarter.
On Monday morning. Meanwhile, Luka was called for a delay of game because he didn't have his jersey tucked in. And Luka might have been shaken up a moment ago. Folks, he's walking. He's holding his left leg. And that's not an auspicious sign for the Dallas Mavericks. He can't even make an effort to get back on defense right now. Three, Luka has been in that position, walking like that for the last 20 seconds.
Remember, he had that left heel contusion that put him out for a couple of games, and he's going off right now.
Shams broke the news later that day. Luka Doncic would miss time with the calf strain. Little did he know, this would be his last game in Dallas. On February 2nd, Shams will make another tweet. A tweet that would shock the sports world. Announcing that the Dallas Mavericks have traded Luka Doncic, Maxi Kleber, and Markieff Morris to the Los Angeles Lakers for Anthony Davis, Max Christie, and a 2029 first-round pick. This trade was so wild, the entire league thought it was fake. Shams himself had to clarify that this was in fact a real trade. Nobody else knew about it, other than the two general managers Nico Harrison and Rob Pelinka. This trade left many people still to this day shocked, and is also considered the worst trade in NBA history.
I've been a Mavs fan my whole entire life since I've been a baby. This is the worst moment in the history of my life. This is ridiculous. This is crazy, man. We went to the NBA Finals. Why are we trading the best player, the franchise player? How are we trading the franchise player? You went to the NBA Finals. He's supposed to have a statue. Hell yeah. He's supposed to have a statue. Dirk got a statue right there. It's supposed to be Luka right there. Why we don't got a statue for Luka?
It was a trade that didn't make sense at all. This team just went to the finals last year. What idiot would trade Luka Doncic like that? Well, there is one idiot who would trade Luka Doncic like that, and his name is Nico Harrison. On June 28th, 2021, the Dallas Mavericks hired Nico Harrison as their new general manager. This announcement also coincided with the hiring of Jason Kidd as their new head coach. Fans thought that this would bring a bright future to the team. Little did they know. Let's look at this picture. This is a picture of a Dallas Mavericks trio. A trio that was all on the team whenever Nico Harrison was first hired. Kristaps Porzingis, Luka Doncic, Jalen Brunson. Who would have guessed that all three of these guys would be off the team in less than 4 years? February 10th, 2022, Kristaps Porzingis gets traded to the Washington Wizards for Spencer Dinwiddie. Who's the man who let that happen? Nico Harrison. July 10th, 2022, Jalen Brunson leaves the Mavericks in free agency to sign with the Knicks. Who let that happen? Nico Harrison. Now, I know the team went to the finals after they traded those two, but I feel like they could have won if they kept those two. Hell, Kristaps was actually on the team who beat them, the Boston Celtics. Isn't that just funny? But in all seriousness, Matt thought that the team would keep going after this finals appearance. But they traded away Luka Doncic on a random night in February. Nico Harrison's reason for trading Luka Doncic was, quote, defense wins championships. Now, depending on how good said defense is, it can actually sometimes lead to a championship, like the 2003 Pistons and the 96 Bulls. But the big difference between those teams and the present-day Mavericks. Those teams had both defense and offense. The Mavericks do not have offense. They got rid of their best offensive player, Luka Doncic, for a really good defensive player who was injury-prone most of the time. Which is why this trade will never ever make sense to most people, me included. I was very shocked at this trade. I was just relaxing in a call with somebody until I just heard the news. And this trade is pretty much the reason I've been a Lakers fan. Luka was my favorite player on the Mavericks, and whenever he got traded, I just decided that I was going to be a Lakers fan because I don't want to support this team anymore. I don't want to watch this team anymore. Nobody wanted to support this team. Nobody. Not even Dirk Nowitzki wanted to support this team. February 25th, 2025. A game that should have been another epic showdown between Luka versus LeBron and the Lakers. But no, this time it was Luka versus the Mavericks. The Lakers won this game 107-99 with Luka recording 19 points, 15 rebounds, and 12 assists. Probably his first triple-double as a Laker. Also, this is the same game where this picture was taken. Luka staring down the man who traded him, Nico Harrison. Let's fast forward to the current season. These are pictures of the high games from both Luka Doncic and Anthony Davis. Luka dropped 49 points against the Wolves. Highest Anthony Davis has gotten so far is 25 points. Since then, Luka is still averaging 30. Meanwhile, Anthony Davis, he is currently injured after suffering a groin injury against the Pacers a few weeks ago. November 11th, 2025. Shams makes the announcement that the Dallas Mavericks and owner Patrick Dumont are expected to fire Nico Harrison. This is the day that many Mavs fans have been waiting for since that night in February. And it finally happened. Since this announcement, I have seen many Mavs fans actually happy for once. After a horrible 3-8 start, after drafting rookie Cooper Flagg from Duke, Mavericks fans are actually happy once again. Now, I could sit here and talk about what I of the current state of the Mavericks. I don't really want to talk about it because I don't really pay attention, nor do I care. It's honestly another topic for a completely different video. If I choose to make that video, I probably won't. But with Nico Harrison gone, I will say that the Mavericks should have a bright future. And I actually hope that they're decent again, or good again. If they can stay healthy and all that, possibly make a playoff push. But for now, I'm done.